What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a real quick review on something that I've been waiting for a long time. Yes, it's those iconic two letters, H and K. So today we're going to be talking about the VP9. Now, this is not just the regular VP9, this is the new 2020 version of the VP9 that has a few nice upgrades that come right out of the box. So without further ado, let's jump in. Now, this sticker here, this came with the gun inside, but it does come branded right here, smaller. I just put the bigger sticker on the front because I think it looks pretty cool. But overall, it does have a really nice hard case. So in case you can see here, it's a real nice hard case, nice handle. In case you want to see the information, there it is right there. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to go over a little bit of an unboxing of this gun. Now, I have already opened it up and looked at it before. I have shot this gun already. I put about 2 magazines through it for my initial impressions, and so far I really like it. But I will post some video footage of me shooting this gun within this video, so stay tuned for that. That's how it's going to look. You have your pistol right here. It does come with the magazine inside the gun. You have a second magazine right here with your speed loader attached to it. And then you have all your multiple back straps for the back of the gun and the side. So we'll go over a little bit of how this differs from, say, something like the Glock MOS, because there is some slight differences here that I will go over with you. But overall, this is the gun here. I love how it comes with a nice top padding, and then this internal hard padding that comes at the bottom. This right here, it's like a hard, but it has that nice stealth assassin look to it, which I think is just a really cool touch to it. This just shows that they actually do take a little bit of extra time in the overall packaging and care of this gun. So let's take a quick look at it. I'll take the magazine out because I do have ammo in it. As you can see, it's completely empty and safe. Okay, completely safe. All right, let's set that off. So here it is here. This is the new 2020 VP9. Now, I've been wanting this gun for a very long time, but the problem has been nobody around me has had it. And then I've been going to different websites and they've been out of stock for many, many months. So what I did was I signed up to multiple email lists that, basically when you go to one of these websites online, you can put your email in to be notified when one of these comes back in stock. And that's basically how I got notified. There was a website that emailed me, said they had one in stock. I hurried up and bought it. They sent it to my local FFL dealer and I transferred it there. So it was a pretty quick, easy transaction. So I was really happy with how that goes. So before we get into some of the specs and details, let me just say this. I'm 6'3", I have big hands. So something like the Glock, which I'll show you here in a minute, I always like the Glock 19. My bottom part of my hand barely fit on the grip, which was okay. I mean, you get a magazine in there, you get used to it, which was okay. So I'm not complaining about that. But this one here, as you can see here, when I get a full purchase on that, like, can you see right here? Like the bottom of the gun comes right to the bottom of my hand. So I feel like I get a really good purchase on this gun. I can get really far up in there and get a really good grip on it. And that's ultimately what I've been looking for, is a pistol like this that really fits my hand. So I will say this, I love this gun so far. One of the factors that has driven me to this gun has been the ergonomics. The ergonomics of this pistol, it just feels really good in the hand. It does have some slight finger grooves here. Very slight though, not very predominant like maybe some of the older gen Glocks, but very slight, but they fit my fingers. I don't feel like my fingers are out of place or sitting over top of a groove. It just fits perfect. and then you get a real nice high purchase up in here in this tang of the gun. You can get really up into there. So you really don't even need a beaver tail, where on the Glocks, you could get the back strap that actually has the beaver tail, but you don't need to do that with this gun. You already get a nice high purchase. Now you could do multiple back straps. This right here is actually all small, which I didn't think I was gonna like, but this is the small back strap and the small side straps. So let me show you. You could get different back straps. So what's on the gun right now is a small, but you can also put on a medium or a large. So if you have bigger hands, or you just like filling your palm a little better with the grip, you like feeling like something in there, definitely try one of these other straps out. Now I have tried these out. I just, for some reason, I feel like I get a really good purchase with just the small. So I was kind of shocked by that with that. But then you also get a set of side straps. Now it's really easy to put all these on and off. What you do is you take out the bottom pin here, just push that pin through, the back strap slides right off, the side straps pop right off, so it's very easy. Actually, let me show you. Here, I got one of these tools here. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take a little pin pusher, okay? And you're gonna pop out this little pin. Now, all I do is take it out the bottom here. Now what you do, slide the back strap right off, and then it exposes the back, and then the side straps pull back, like that. So all you do to put them back on is you take the side strap, and there's little grooves right here, and there's grooves in the back. You just line them up, slide it into place. You want to make sure you put the side straps in first. So get your side straps in. Once they're nice and tight, you take the back strap, okay? Kind of line it up there. Slide it up into place. Take your pin, pop it in, push it a little bit further in, and you're done. So it's real simple and easy to change out your straps. I would just say, if you do get this gun, try different variations. You could do smalls on the side and large in the back, or large on the side and small in the back. Whatever variation you want that feels good in your hand, play around with it until you get it right. But so far, just the ergonomics of this gun are fantastic. So I will start there and say that. Now, what makes this 2020 version slightly different than the previous? A couple basic things, but to me, they're important because that's what I was getting into. Number one, a factory slide cutout. So you can actually take this top plate off and put on different RMR, some type of optic. Now, I will say this, speaking of this, the HK VP9 does not come with the optic plates like a Glock does. When you buy a Glock MOS, it comes with the optic plates on top for mounting different RMRs. But on the HK, it does not. So they sort of get you there. You do have to purchase these plates. Now you can find them online for around $20, maybe $30. But you will need to buy a different plate to mount certain RMRs on the top of this. But so I found that out. So in case you didn't know that, this gun does not come with optic plates. You have to buy them separately. They have, I think, 5 different optic plates. You will have to go onto the website and figure out which optic you plan on using, and then get the correct optic plate that's set up for that specific RMR. So for example, I have a Vortex Venom red dot sight. The plate for that is actually a number 5. Now here's what's kind of crappy. This is December of 2020. As of right now, the number 5 optic plate for Venom Vortex red dot sight is out of stock everywhere. So I'm on, again, multiple email lists to find out when one of those comes in stock. But once it does, I will be mounting my RMR to this. If you want to see a separate video on this red dot sight, just go ahead and leave me a comment, let me know, and I'll work on doing a video on this red dot sight. But essentially, here is your Vortex Venom red dot sight. Once I get the mounting plate, it'll mount right there and essentially look like that. But until I get the mounting plate, I'll just shoot with the factory sights that come on this already. Now real quick, let's just get it out of the way. Let's get some specs out of the way here. I wrote some down here. So the overall length of this gun from the very end to the very front is going to be 7.34 inches. The height from bottom to top is going to be 5.41 inches. The total width, side to side. Okay, now it does have a little bit of a wider grip, but keep in mind, these are the smalls. But even with the small side straps, you're sitting at about 1.32 inches, okay? Now the barrel inside is 4.09 inches, and the sight radius from your sights, okay, is gonna be 6.38 inches. Now, based off of the weight, with an empty mag in this gun, the total weight would be 25.56 ounces, okay? Now, what I do want to say is, what does this gun weigh with a loaded mag? So we'll get that in a second. So again, okay, I'm just going to put it in, lay it down. We have 2 pounds, 8 ounces. So there you go. All right, so next, let's just get those specs out of the way. Sorry about that, I wrote them down because I don't really get into too much of the specs, but for some of you that might be interested in those specs, I'm sure you can find that information online, but I just wanted to run through them real quick for you. Now, back to what I was saying before about what makes this different. So for the 2020 version, it will come with a factory slide cutout for your RMRs. Number 2, it's actually going to come with 17 round mags. So on the previous version, this only had a 15 round mag, which I sort of thought wasn't that great. I just thought that for the 2020 version, them making this a 17 round mag was really, really nice. And it actually has the back cutout so you can see all 17 bullets. So I thought that was really nice. So I wanted to point that out. So that was number 2. The third are going to be upgraded sights. Now the back of these sights are actually blacked out, so you don't really see the back, but you have this like fiber optic type sight in the front, which is really nice because with this white dot up front, when you allow light to charge that, whether it be a flashlight or say you're just out in daylight for an hour or two, that's actually going to hold a charge. And then when you come into low light conditions, that actually will glow. So that's a really nice, and these are actually iron sights. Now, that's one thing I always hated about Glocks is they came with those little plastic ones, which I thought were garbage. But these are actually really nice sights right out of the box. So again, for 2020, you get a factory slide cutout, 17 round mag, and factory iron sights with a fiber optic front tip sight, which is really nice, by the way. Couple other things that I like about this gun. I like it has a larger trigger guard here. So like for my fingers, I have plenty of room to move my finger around, especially maybe if I'm wearing gloves. You can actually put your finger in here if you're wearing a glove. I know sometimes on the Glock, when I would wear gloves, my finger would get a little stuck inside the finger guard because it's a little smaller. So not sure if that matters to any of you or not, but I will say that having a slightly larger finger guard is nice to have. It does have rear sight serrations and front serrations. So honestly, I think it looks really cool. But for those of you doing press checks, which I don't know how many people really do, but for those of you that do, you do have some really nice front serrations and rear serrations, which actually do have a good bit of grip to them. It also has these little tabs. I don't know if you can see them here. They kind of stick out the sides and the back. They actually allow you to grab, like right here, and just grab it. You get a good purchase on it so your fingers don't slip off. So you actually get a pretty good grip on that, which I like. I will say that I've read online that sometimes these tabs have broken off, and I think you can actually take them off. But I actually like them. I think they give the gun a really, really nice aggressive look, and I like how you can kind of grab them get a good grip on them. So I'm pretty happy with that. So you do have those little tangs there. Another cool thing about this gun, which some people like, some people don't. I'm sure there's different back plates that you can do to hide this, but it does have a cocking warning on the back. So right now it's not, as you can see in this little black hole, it's just black. It's not going to show anything. Once you cock it, you'll see a red marker that actually shows that it's live and ready to fire. So, and then once you shoot it, it goes away. So as you can see, that's a nice safety feature to me, because whether you're carrying your gun or you're just concerned whether you have a live round in the chamber, if you see that red marker there and you know you have a mag in here, you know you have a live round in the chamber. So moving on, what else? And another thing I like about this gun is the trigger, okay? It still has your safety trigger here, this little tab right here. So obviously if you grab the sight, the trigger will not fire unless that little safety trigger is tapped. So it's sort of like a Glock in that way, but here, it has a nice short take up. Well, let me see if I can do it this way. It has a short take up, kind of right there. It's a little spongy right there, but very little. But once you hit this wall right here, nice, clean, crisp break. Very short, but very crisp. And then the reset, very, very light. It's hard to mimic that on a video, but I gotta say, so you got a little bit of a take up right here, just that little bit there. But once you get used to it, you know where it is. You know it right there, because once you hit this wall, hit that wall, it's a short, crisp shot. Then the reset, real small, right there. So it's a very, very easy take up to the wall. You know where it is. You can feel it. You can go right to it, pull the trigger, very crisp reset. So the trigger on this, it's very, very crisp. I gotta say, I love this trigger. I love this gun. Everything about it. It's such a short take up. I really like his trigger. Now, again, full transparency, I only shot about 2 magazines through this so far. So I haven't had enough trigger time and range time with this, but I will say the trigger is fantastic. I like it better than a Glock by far. It's probably around a 5-pound trigger. I don't have a trigger pull gauge here. It's probably around a 5-pound trigger, but it doesn't feel like it. It's very crisp. So that's that on the trigger. So this one actually has the paddles for the mag release, which some people like, some people don't. I know the previous version of this gun did come with, like, I guess like a B model, which had a push button, like a lot of Glocks and other guns have. But this one here is the finger paddle. Now this is a true ambidextrous gun. Okay, so you have your slide release on both sides. You have your mag release on both sides. So this is actually a true ambidextrous gun right out of the gate. You don't have to change anything. But what's nice about the paddle, I still haven't mastered which way I like doing it better. A lot of times when I'm holding the gun, I pull my trigger finger back and I just press the button with my finger. Or when I'm gripping the gun this way, I just take my thumb and just hit that paddle with my thumb here. It just takes a little while to get used to, but I can do it on either side. I haven't figured out which is the best way for me yet, but I've been using both, and so far I'm comfortable using both. But it's really, really good too. Like there. So again, just a slight press of the finger, comes right out. Same with the thumb. So the paddle mag release, I'm fine with. I actually like it, and I like how it just kind of keeps that big button off the side. Just gives it a nice streamlined look, you know, which I think is pretty cool. You do have a Picatinny rail underneath that you can mount lights, lasers, whatever you want underneath. It's really nice. Has that nice aggressive look to it compared to like a Glock that just has that straight line through it. So overall, I really, really like this gun. I've only shot a couple magazines through it, and I gotta say, right out of the box, I was pretty spot on. I was hitting targets at about 30 feet away, let's say 15 yards away. I was hitting targets ranging from about 4 inches up to a 12-inch round plate. Pretty spot on. Now, I've only shot 2 mags through this, so I haven't had enough time on the range with it yet, but the little bit of time that I have had, I gotta say, I feel more confident with this gun over my Glock. Now, I am also a Glock fanboy. I've loved Glocks. I've had many different Glocks. I actually have one sitting right here, which I'll show you here in a minute. But there's something about the Glock 19 that I liked it for concealed carry, but it didn't really feel like I got a good purchase on the gun. So let's just talk about that real quick. I'm not gonna make this a Glock video. If you guys wanna see a video on the Glock, I'll do one. But here's the difference. Okay, so as you can see here, maybe this is better. Okay, when you see here, when I grab this gun, you can see how much of my hand stays below it. So I'm sort of relying on the magazine, and my pinky finger sometimes feels like it wants to slide off. Like I barely have any grip. Like I pretty much am gripping with just that, okay? Which is fine. That's pretty much all you need to grip this gun. But I don't feel confident with it. Maybe it's just a mental thing, but when I'm holding this gun, it does conceal better with the slightly shorter grip. It does conceal better, but when I put a magazine, now these magazines are empty, you can see here, my hand is still below. I just feel like I don't get a good grip. I'm always struggling to get a good purchase on this gun, which I shoot fine with this, so I'm not complaining. It's a slightly smaller, I'd say maybe slightly more pocketable or concealable. But I will say, this just feels better. I can't say it any other way. I feel more confident shooting it. I feel more confident holding it. It's only slightly bigger. Let's take a look at that. Okay. So I just went and took all the bullets out of this mag. So this is an empty gun and an empty mag, okay? With the magazine in here, and we compare it to a Glock, empty mag. As you see here, putting them down, you can see the VP9 is only slightly taller. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't done the math, maybe a ½ inch, but it's only slightly taller. But if you look at the length, it's only slightly longer by maybe a ½ inch. Now, maybe that ½ inch is the difference of whether it's comfortable for you to conceal or carry. And I guess that's a possibility. I just want you to see though, flat on the table, okay, the VP9 is a little longer. Side by side, it's a little taller. And then if you look at it like this, I'd say they're almost neck and neck with width. So the width of this gun, I mean, honestly, if you put the large side straps on this, this might be a little wider, but with the small side straps on this gun, they feel almost identical in terms of width. So the only thing is the VP9 is slightly taller because the grip is slightly taller and the length is slightly longer, which gives you a little bit of a better sight radius. But again, the purchase on this gun, I can't explain it. You'd have to feel it in person. I get a great grip on this gun. It comes down slightly right, maybe right below, but literally right to the bottom of my hand. I get a good purchase on this gun. I just really like it. I gotta say it. I'm gonna have to spend more time shooting it, but this might be my Glock replacement. I've had a couple Glock 17s before, but they felt a little too big for me. in terms of just comfortable concealing it. But so I've always had Glock 19s. I've had from Gen 2 to Gen 5. This is actually a Gen 5 MOS, so it's got the slide cut out at the top. I bought this gun, funny story, I actually bought this gun less than a week before buying this because this was not available and I sort of given up on it. So I went and bought this one. And then a couple of days later, I got an email that this was available, so I bought this. So I'll probably be selling this to my buddy. But I haven't even shot any bullets through it, brand new. But a couple things I'll show you real quick here. As you can see, like my finger, like there's not a whole lot of space for my finger in here. If you put gloves on, this could be a little tight compared to all that room. I have so much more room inside the finger guard here. So that's one thing there. And then again, on a Glock, you can only change out the back strap, not the sides. So you're very limited on how you can customize it. But when I hold this, I feel like I don't get a good, like I just don't get a good grip. It doesn't feel good up here compared to the VP9. Like it just kind of comes straight down where the VP9 has more of a hump, which fills in your palm. So when you just look at the ergonomics of this gun, it sort of just feels like it was designed and meant for your hand. It feels really good. The Glock just never felt good to me. It feels usable. I mean, I could definitely use it and I can definitely shoot this gun, but it just never felt good. It never felt like it was part of my hand. And then when I try to get a good purchase on this gun, right here, it's not cut out real deep. So I always feel like I'm shoving my finger really up in there to get a good grip on this gun because it's short. And then I start getting fatigue on the bottom of my finger here underneath the guard. So it just was never really a comfortable gun to me. But I've always liked them. I shot good. I love the reliability. And I can't really complain. And you can see the very basic rail under here with just one cutout. So far, I gotta say, I could definitely see this replacing my Glock 19 that I've had for many, many years. I like this gun. So let me see, what else? As I was showing before with the optic plates, this is what comes with Glock. When you buy an MOS version of a Glock, it has the factory plate here that stays on, but if you want to change out different red dot sights, it comes with all the plates. Like, come on, HK, let's include some of these, because in my situation, I bought this VP9 to specifically mount a red dot on it, and I can't find the optic plate that I need to do so. So now I have a gun and a red dot that I can't use. So come on, let's get it going and either start including it in the box or make sure that you don't run out of them, because right now everybody is back ordered and there is none out there to buy, and I can't use this pistol for how I intended to use it. So let's get going on that, HK. Hope you're watching this video. So that aside, what else? Let's see here. Okay, the Glock comes with 3 magazines. The HK comes with 2, so you will have to buy extra mags if you want more than 2 mags. And I will say they're more expensive than Glock. I'd say they're probably around $50, you know, somewhere around that ballpark for a 17-round mag. But again, I think you pay to play. That's the best way I could say it. I personally think that this HK is made a little better. I think the machining, the ergonomics, the overall quality and workmanship of this gun are a little better than the Glock, and that's why you pay a little bit more. But the HK is a little bit more expensive than the Glock. So if you're comparing the 2020 HK VP9 with the MOS cutout, comparing it to a Gen 5 Glock 19 MOS, you're gonna pay a little bit more for the VP9. Magazines are gonna cost a little bit more. You have to pay a little bit more for the optic plates. So no matter how you look at it, you're spending more and investing more in the VP9 platform over the Glock. So with that said, me personally, I think it's still worth it. The feel of this gun in my hand, and so far how accurately I've been able to shoot it, makes that little bit of extra investment worth it for me. So that's just my 2 cents there. So other than that, that is just really my quick review on the VP9. So just to recap, the 2020 VP9 updated model comes with a optic cutout already from the factory. They have upgraded the magazines to 17 round magazines. You get factory iron sights that are really, really nice with a fiber optic front tip, which from the factory is really nice. You get a slightly larger trigger guard here. You get a better Picatinny under rail here. The ergonomics of this gun are just fantastic. I love the way it feels in my hand. The amount of customization you can do to the back strap and the side straps is really nice too. It comes with a nicer case. So take a look at a Glock. This is how a Glock comes. You get your little stuff here, your back straps, your magazines, this, a little cleaning tool. Like this is what comes in a Glock case. Like your Glock is literally just laying there. That is it. It's not nicely put into a case. It's just thrown into a case. So again, is that a problem? Not necessarily. I'm not saying that that's a problem, but what I'm saying is everything's just thrown into a box, okay? Now, if you don't care about any of that, that's fine, because if you just want to get down to the nitty-gritty of it, this will do the job. It's basic, it's plain, it's reliable, and it will do the job. But if you want to invest in something that's a little nicer and feel like you got something special, if you want to feel like you have, like you're John Wick, and you want to feel like you have something that's just displayed very nice and protected very nicely and organized very nicely, and you don't mind spending a little bit more money, because you will, I'd say go with the VP9. It's a great gun. Now, again, I can't say anything bad about the Glock. I still love the Glock. I still love that Glock. But so far, shooting this gun, it just feels better to me. And at the end of the day, even if it's just mental, if I feel more comfortable and I feel more confident with this pistol, and I shoot better, whether it's in my mind or not, if I shoot better, then this is the gun for me. I want to make sure that I like how it feels in the hand. I like the ergonomics. I want to feel confident when I'm shooting it, and I want to know that I'm accurate when shooting it. And if I get all that, that's the gun for me, where I wasn't feeling that with the Glock. So take that for what it is. If you are in the market for a VP9, I would highly suggest trying the 2020 version if you really are interested in getting involved in red dot sights. If you really don't care about a red dot sight and you don't care about a 17 round mag, then maybe you could probably find the older version of the VP9 online for cheaper than this. But if you want to have the best of the best, and you want the slide cutout, and you want the 17 round mags, and you want the iron sights, and you want the best ergonomics in a pistol, check out the 2020 H&K VP9. Okay, that's it. So far, I feel like I shoot this gun really, really well. It feels good in the hand. I'm still going to try adjusting the side straps and the back straps just to see the different feels of the gun while shooting, because I only tried the straps in the house before I shot it. So this is the first real time I've actually shot several mags through it with the small side and back straps on it. I'm going to try some more shooting over time with the mediums and the larges and see which ones feels better. So far, I really like this gun. It feels really good in the hand. I feel like I get a better purchase on it. I get a better grip on it and over the Glock. So at this point, I'm not 100% sure if I could say this is 100% going to replace my Glock. But so far, it's leaning this way. I shoot better. I shoot more accurately. I just have to do a little bit more shooting with this, and then I'm going to go back to the Glock, do a little shooting back and forth, and figure out which one is going to be my everyday carry. But so far, I'm really liking this 2020 HK VP9. But other than that, that's my unboxing and review of the H&K 2020 VP9. And if you would like to see any more videos like this, or you'd like to see a review video on this Venom Vortex, or if you'd like to see a review video of the Gen 5 Glock 19 MOS, I can do that. I also have a few more guns in my arsenal here that I'd be glad to do some reviews on and show some videos. So if you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments and I'll get working on it for you. But until then, I just want to say thank you guys for following the channel. I truly appreciate all the support. Do me a favor, like this video, leave me a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And if you can, hit that notification bell. That way you will always be notified when I drop a new video. But until then, I just want to say thank you. And as always, see you in the next video.